Right, you're watching The Beat, and we're in Wendy James country.
Yeah, my
Portobello. How's things?
They're okay.
Good.
It's nice to be able to stay in my own area.
I'm going to have people leaning out of the windows and waving at you.
Possibly. It depends what kind of mood they're in. They have been known to do that, chip in with the odd comment.
Right. Well, let's talk about this album, your first solo album. Now, Elvis Costello has written the songs for this. How on earth did you two characters hook up? Tell us about that.
It's unlikely, isn't it, to say the least. But my old band had actually been playing with him in Ireland, one show, and I saw him, and it became very clear that if I was going to carry on, that's the direction in which I wanted to be heading.
Why?
Because I really couldn't sing the songs of Transvision Vamp any longer. I felt as though I'd outgrown them, which is probably what happens to most people in most bands, that after a certain amount of years you just get tired of singing the same thing. But I also think because I started Transvision Vamp when I was so young, it was natural that those songs shouldn't be applicable in my later years. So I saw Elvis, and he was very, very good that night, and it just lingered in my mind that somehow or other I'd get in touch with him. And then fate played a good hand because I was in LA and I bumped into the old Attractions drummer, Pete Thomas. And off the top of my head I said, do you think Elvis would help me out if, you know, I got in touch with him? And he kind of shrugged and said, well, I have no idea. But I thought on it some more, and then I ended up writing Elvis a letter, to which I got the reply that he had now written an entire album for me.
Well, tell us about that letter. That must have been some letter for him to sort of go off and do that. I mean, what did you say in that?
It was pretty much an outpouring of my own amateur philosophies on what had happened to me in the past few years, from the extremities of being really popular to being really quite unpopular, and everything that goes in between, and all the lessons that I'd learnt, and the fact that I needed to leave Transvision Vamp and pursue different things, but I didn't quite know how to get out of that trap. Because it is a trap when you're on that merry-go-round of hit single, album, tour, hit single, hit... Yeah. And it was just something I felt I couldn't sustain for much longer, and I needed to get out. But when you are trapped and cornered, it's very hard to see a clear view of how to escape it.
What was your initial reaction, Wendy, when those songs arrived? I mean, you know, it must have been quite a thing.
The simple way to explain it is if you thought of one of the people you most admire or have most admired your entire life, and then all of a sudden he or she has written you your very own album, and it's in your living room. Out of all the people in the world, it's you that has your own personal album. So it's a very overpowering feeling of joy.